Hi, this is Samia from Henna Fixation with your dose of Henna Fix, and today I want to talk about some henna making luxury. So what I mean by henna making luxuries is that having some things that make the entire process easier, whether it is in the business side or whether it is in the henna making side. I always put them in two different things because I think they belong in two different categories. The doing henna part and then the business part. I've mentioned that a million times before, and I'm going to keep saying that because they are two different things. At least for me, they cannot be together, because if they become together, then the joy of making henna disappears because the business takes over, and I don't want that. I want them to be separate so I can have a little bit of sanity and still be able to enjoy what I do. Going back to topic about henna making luxuries, well, one luxury to have is definitely a stand mixer. So if you're able to get your hand on one of those stand mixers where they do all of the work for you, yes, I was able to get my hands on that a few years ago. I got a henna mixture. Well, I might as well call it that, but I mix my henna in there. No more of the fast whipping action happening on my hand. Everything happens in the machine. All I have to do is put things in there and get it out, and that is amazing. So this is not something that is feasible for everyone. You know what? If you can get your hands on even the handheld ones, I think that's huge, because sometimes you gotta really mix that henna paste. And actually, if you are not familiar with this, the more you mix it, the better the texture becomes. So you want to mix it really quickly and a lot. I mean, if I'm doing by hand, I have a little cup because I like to mix henna in a cup. If I'm going to be mixing by hand, because maybe I'm mixing like 1 or 2 cones, for that I don't need to get my big mixture out, but I just really stir it really a lot with a spoon. So if you're making a bigger batch, then yeah, get those either hand mixer out or the stand mixture, and it really makes things a lot easier. And a dishwasher, can we just pay a moment of respect to the person who came up with the dishwashing idea? I think it's amazing. And now in the dishwasher, well, the one that we have anyway, there's a sanitize option. So I can put all of my henna making supplies and I can just click sanitize, and it will wash and sanitize those items. Okay, so it's awesome. But one thing that I do want to say is, in case that you're not familiar, if like when you mix henna, all the utensils you use, they're gonna have like this henna creamy happening. It's like kind of gets stuck in there a little bit. So I do like to rinse that out, because I don't think that dishwasher is going to do anything with that. But I rinse it out, make sure that it's clear of any henna paste, and I stick it in the dishwasher, and I forget about it. That's the way to do it. You just forget about it. Another luxury to have is different essential oils, because you can make your own mixture. Like I like to do, I have my own essential oil mix. This is my signature scent, and this is what I do. I found that it does a really good job in staining, because essential oils really do make an impact on the quality of the stain as well as the texture of the henna paste itself, right? So figure out whatever essential oils you like to use. So having those essential oils that you can mix, I think is pretty awesome. And that is a luxury because they tend to be a little bit on the pricey side. It has taken me some time to, get my hands on them and get them in larger sizes so that I don't have to keep on buying them quite frequently. And so having a little bit of a mixture of essential oils is definitely a luxury, and I like it. So I'm gonna be honest, in the business parts, I don't think I have been blessed with luxury. I have to work really hard on every part of business, and you know what, it's alright. I have learned to enjoy it. There's some things that I really do enjoy. Actually, when it comes to doing taxes and stuff like that and keeping records, I really enjoy that stuff. I don't know, maybe this is my organizational side talking, but I really enjoy it, filing all of it and then keeping records on the computer and stuff. I really do enjoy it. So I don't mind that. But I suppose one of the things that I've been able to enjoy is having my sister, who built my website, who actually played a huge role in building the website. That was amazing. And so if somebody can help you with that, or if you were to hire somebody or do something like that, it's worth it. So have somebody do that work for you, so you don't have to worry about them making the website stuff, because this brain can only hold so much at one point. Another luxury to have in the business side is a Bluetooth assistant. I've mentioned this before, and I will keep on mentioning this. If you can get your hands on a reliable person who is always there for you. You're able to compensate them, with a percentage of whatever you're making. It's worth it. It's a worthwhile investment. You're gonna help somebody with some pocket money on the side. But if your business is already great and you're able to have them as their sole income, that's great. I think that's awesome. You're helping with the local economy and you're helping other people to stand up on their own feet. That's amazing. So if you can get your hands on a booth assistant, it is definitely a great deal. Another luxury and another business luxury would be a good card making place, like a company where you can just go plug in the stuff you need and just get it done. And I think having it done professionally makes a big difference, and having a good company. Like I mentioned, I started off with Vistaprint. I think everyone probably does that because their stuff is cheap, they make a lot of it, and it really is a great head start. But I personally don't recommend it if you are going to be doing this for a long time. So after you've been doing your Vistaprint, etc. scene for a while, and you have enough money now that you can invest in another product, now definitely look for some more luxurious card brands. And I know it's kind of ridiculous, but it really does make a difference when people come visit my booth, or when they're coming in my home and I'm doing henna for them. The stuff that you give into their hands make a difference. It really does. So I recommend, it's a luxurious thing. You don't have to go all the way out. I'm sure I can go more, but I'm happy with the way I am right now. But there's so many more options out there where you can really kick your business up a notch. So that's a luxury, and I think it's worth it. As much as you can afford, I think it's worth it. Another one is to have a decent camera that you can take a picture from. Either that camera is on your phone, or either that camera is separately, that you can just take really nice photos from. I think that's amazing. And speaking of photos, I'm just gonna jump into another one. Another luxury is to have a portfolio that's done really, really well by a professional photographer. Like maybe every season if you can, or once a year if you can. I'm not able to do every season. I think that would be kind of ridiculous, but maybe one day I can. That would be great, because sometimes you have all these visions and you just want to do henna and just have it being captured a certain way. And if you have a photographer that knows how to capture stuff the way that you like it, that's awesome, and that is definitely a great luxury. I think that is about as much luxury I can think of in my mind right now. So what are some of your luxury items when it comes to either henna making or henna as a business? I would love to hear from you, just to see maybe what I'm missing out on and what I need to work towards to obtain. I would really love to hear that. I hope this video was useful for you, and until next time, henna on.